AITAH for breaking up with my boyfriend over the orange peel theory. I am not the oop. Oop is you. Fine Marion Barry 3796. AITAH for breaking up with my boyfriend over the orange peel theory. Originally posted to R2 Hot Takes. Trigger warning. Emotional abuse. Misogyny. Less than. Original post November 11th. 2023. What is the orange peel theory? I was scrolling on TikTok when I saw a post about the orange peel theory. Which, to sum it up, is when you ask another person to do a small task for you. Like peeling an orange or asking them to tie your shoes for you. Both of these are tasks that you can do by yourself. The real test is how they respond to you. If they respond with, "You can do it yourself, can't you do that?" I guess. Then they are not willing to do small tasks for you and will most likely fail to do larger tasks for you in the future. However, if they do it willingly or take the initiative to do it immediately, then they pass in a way. Now on to the situation. My boyfriend of 7 months was sitting in the couch when I saw the TikTok video explaining the theory. And I decided I should try it out. Up to this point we were happy, but now looking back on it I am not surprised by how he responded. I asked him to tie my hair up for me and he looked at me and asked me why I couldn't do it. At first I thought that maybe he was intimidated by my long hair. However, he has had long hair in the past and knew how to tie it up. I asked him again thinking it was just a fluke, but he told me that I could do it since I was in the kitchen and he needed to relax, stating that he just got off work. I know what y'all are thinking. Let that man relax, he just got off. Y'all, he works from home. And even if he was truly tired, he has plenty of energy to play games and go out to the bar with his friends. Regardless, I didn't want to break up and thought it was dumb to throw a relationship away over a TikTok. Well, that was until later in the day when I asked him if he could toss a towel in the dryer so I could be warm when I got out of the shower, since I forgot to do it myself. Surprise, surprise. He never did it, and it just made me realize how much I do for him and his daughter that is not even mine. And I think I have fed, held, and changed her more than he has. So Reddit, I ask you, am I the AITAH if I go through with it? Edit. Hello everyone, thank you for listening to my post. I read what your guys are saying loud and clear and completely see where you guys are coming from. I admit that I should not have taken advice from TikTok and that it showed immaturity to do so. However, I disagree on the fact that what happened wasn't a big deal. The method worked and made me see that I do a lot more for him than he does for me. Our relationship is not going to end because of my towel not being warm or my hair not being up, but because I realize that I am just settling for a lazy man who doesn't take me out, doesn't help out with his baby, and has no motivations in life except to live at his parents' house, play video games and drink, all while taking advantage of what I do for him. In my mind, since we are so new, 7 months, these problems are foreshadowing what's to come, and I see no future with him or his baby. Again, thank you everyone who took the time to read this. Update November 13th, 2023. Hello again Reddit, fast update for you guys. First, I would like to thank you for how brutally honest the comments were. And no, I am not 12, I am 22. I would also like to clear some things up. First off, I didn't mean to make it seem like I was testing him like a crazy girlfriend who sets her boyfriend up for failure. I simply used the theory to see what he would do out of curiosity and came to the realization that I was giving 90% while he was giving 30% into the relationship. The theory helped me take off my rose-colored tinted glasses and truly see just how much I am doing without an ounce of appreciation. As for the ones saying that they would also refuse the small task as well, this simply does not apply to me. If my partner asked me to tie his shoes, I would be down on one knee, because I feel like it is a simple way to show love. Previously I had never asked him to do something that I could do myself since I am relatively independent. This was not the case for him since he uses me for almost everything. Babysitter while he goes out, nighttime nanny, chef, cleaner, washing machine, chauffeur, etc. As I took time to read the comments, there was a lot of reflecting, and I knew I had to talk to him and give him a chance to work this imbalance out. I texted him and told him we needed to talk, and he asked me for a ride to my house since his mom was out. I picked him up, but to my surprise he had his baby. So I asked him if we could just stay in the driveway and talk. He told me that he was hoping we could talk on the way. When I asked him on the way to what, he told me that his buddy wanted to meet up for drinks. And I just lost it and told him to get out of my car. I just let out everything I was thinking and feeling. He looked very confused, but then changed his tune and started blaming me, saying that I waiting too long to tell him this and that his daughter is already bonded to me. She is around 1. I'm not sure what to do. I went home and my phone was filled with messages from his mom saying that I needed to step up and be a good mom and future wife. The thing is, I don't want to be ethier. Lastly, I know you guys don't like the orange peel theory, but I think I dodged a bullet. Or the ones who feel bad for him, he dodged a bullet. This is a repost sub IAM, not the oop. That his daughter is already bonded to me. She is around 1. My boyfriend of 7 months. Yeah, you fix this by not making your girlfriend of less than a year your infant's caretaker in the first place. Relationships aren't always even. But Oop was feeling like her emotional needs weren't being met. She took the next responsible step and made a plan to talk to her boyfriend about it. That's what you do when you have a problem. You sit down and talk about it. Even when you don't believe there will be a change, it's best to give them a chance. Unfortunately, while the BF agreed to meet, it appears his plan was to pawn the baby off on her while he went out with a friend. Sorry, but when you schedule a time to talk about the relationship, and the other party won't take that seriously, what are your options except call it quits? I'm not a fan of petty tests, but I'm a huge fan of the thinking of provoked and OOP. Better to leave a bad relationship earlier rather than later. I think the hair tie test was stupid. Is probably say no too. But the towel thing was the real test, that she wasn't even trying, and that gave her the result she needed. She definitely dodged a bullet. But I think observation would have shown her the same thing. I mean, it does sound silly, but it totally paid off in this instance. He was just using her as a free babysitter. About 15 minutes ago I literally asked my husband to peel an orange for me, and that's with never hearing of that challenge before. Tears of joy. He always helps me. I'm surprised she needed him to pass this test when it seems that he slacks duties of taking care of his own child on her. Should have been the bigger red flag. The test, before she even did it, is simply what was the catalyst for observing her situation. Her asking the simple things to be done for her just solidified her realization he was using her and didn't care about her well-being. If she saw that TikTok and her needs were being met, she never would have thought to try it, as there would have been no need. It isn't really even something stupid like a loyalty test. It was a simple kindness couples do for each other all the time. She asked for that and was denied. At first, I thought Oop was being extremely immature testing her boyfriend after watching a TikTok. I still think that. On the other hand, she's 22, and she was being dramatically taken advantage of. I'm very glad this experience opened her eyes. I hope, and expect, she'll be a bit less easily taken advantage of next time. He's bringing his one-up kid with him to go drinking with his buddy? What if are you dating a man that has a months-old child? If that's not a big enough red flag, he also lives with his parents, doesn't have a car, and is a deadbeat dad. I don't understand how women don't see such blatant red flags. Willful ignorance will only last for so long. Glad she dumped that asshole. But she needs to assess her life choices and dating standards. As a whole, things are messy. I don't like the idea of testing your partner, cause that's pretty bad. But, with what happened, I guess this is the best outcome, I suppose. Oop definitely dodged a bullet there. I think the orange peel test makes sense and don't see any problems with people testing their partners with it as long as they don't make a habit of it. I have a partner and I do stuff for her when she makes a request, but what we both do is try to anticipate what the other one needs. We pay attention to what annoys the other one, and if it's reasonable, we try and make accommodations. Great example of using the wrong formula and getting the right answer. I can see why Op got backlash. She asked someone that was coming back from work and tired to do a small task. But also, it makes me happy to know that if the same situation, without the testing, my husband would go out of his way to do something for me and vice versa. So while I don't think it's good to test your partner, I wish other people can get to experience how amazing it is to have someone do the most on your behalf. Good on OP. We slowly settle for garbage men until it's too late. He was planning on making you his free sitter while he goes out to party. Move on. I will need to look into the orange peel thing myself. Well, damn, the TikToks was right. If I asked my husband to do something dumb for me, he'd do it. He has before. And I've done it for him. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing something and the other person has your back. What a bullet dodged for Oop. You guys are all missing the point. The orange peel theory is basically if they wanted to, they would over the little things. It doesn't mean, be my slave and do this for me, because if you don't love me. It's about giving to the other person because you care for them enough to not be bothered to do a simple task that they easily could have done themselves. Like getting your partner a glass of water while getting one yourself. Unlike that one BORU post where the guy absolutely flipped on his partner because she dared to ask if he can bring her a cup of champagne that they both wanted. Because you're thinking of them and being considerate of them. Same as choosing to cook dinner because hey, why not? They cook all the time, so let me do it. Maybe they love a certain type of cooked vegetables, so you add just a bit more for them to enjoy. It's really not that hard. They're not asking you to treat them like a baby and you as a caretaker. It's just basic common decency and being considerate. That's all it is. Y'all need to chill about. I'd flip and absolutely refuse to tie her because she can't do it herself. She really did dodge a bullet. Jesus, every Reddit story has a man or woman that's not married and has a kid when they are under 25. People should not involve SO in the lives of their young children until there is a serious commitment on both sides. Meeting them and seeing them once in a while is fine. But being one of the primary caregivers, i.e. changing the diapers more than the father, and bonding with them, is wrong. It's not fair to the baby and it's not fair to the SO to put them in a role they aren't interested in.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AITAH is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.